Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Thursday, December the 20th. Today is National Sangria Day. It is also Mud Day and National Regifting Day. So if you got something last year that you're like, oh, I don't know what I'll do with this, and you have it stashed in a closet somewhere, wrap it up and make sure you don't give it back to the same person. But that's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? Also, got a quote for today. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." I like that. That's a great quote. Coming up later in the program, we have a Dear John letter, and it's a shorter letter than normal, so that means we have a lot more time to answer it, right?
Sure.
And it has to do with getting a job. So we're going to be chatting about that coming up later in the program. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Thursday.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Heidi, tell me, is this a golf course or a rehab center? Hamilton Trails in Mays Landing, New Jersey. Hamilton Trails. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I'm going to say golf course.
And once again, you are correct.
The trails ones, to me,
Golf
are
for
easy
Heidi.
because
Yeah, well, you never know.
I just can't see. I don't know.
A rehab center with the name Trail,
Yeah.
something Trails. But if it's, I don't know, if it's on a trail.
Maybe, I guess.
There's a, pathway. I've heard of, I don't know. Either way, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by timeforrehab.com. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. And this is your brain on drugs. According to jail records, a fit of road rage, a drunken Utah man chased a car while brandishing a sword and a snow shovel before spitting at a police officer when they took him into custody. There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on there.
It says here it was on early Saturday morning. He got embroiled in a road rage incident, then followed the car involved in the incident to the driver's workplace, then confronted the person inside the car, attempting to punch them through the window. After finally connecting and punching the other driver in the nose, then he began running back to his car while the other driver of the vehicle followed him and called police. The man realized the other car was following him. He took a large sword out of his vehicle and began running toward the driver. This is all over a road rage incident? Anyway, turns out the dude was quite drunk. What in the world was going on there? A drunken road rage incident with swords and snow shovels.
Well, there you go.
So, police arrived before the man could cause any damage with the shovel or the sword. So, very bizarre. I've got a link to that in the show notes if you want to read all about it. You'll find that at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Netflix announced the most streamed show of 2018 was Bodyguard. Did we watch that?
No.
No, we did not.
So we do not contribute to those numbers.
No, the second most streamed show of 2018 was The Haunting of Hill House. You watched that.
I did watch that.
And then didn't you watch it again with Taylor or somebody else?
No, she watched it with me.
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys watched I was thinking,
Yeah.
Did you watch it twice or no?
No, she watched the last episode
You asked
because
me-
she wasn't here for the last
Oh,
episode.
because you were asking me, hey, do you want to watch it? I'm like, nah, not really.
It's good.
But when you were watching, you're like, this is stupid. And then you're like, oh, wow. And then it was like, oh, this is stupid. Because you were on the edge of your seat and you didn't
No,
like it.
I didn't like the ending, but
Okay.
I did like the show. It was
right.
a good show.
Well, Kathy Lee Gifford is leaving the Today Show. She's been there for 11 years. I've never seen an episode of it since she's been on. I never watched an episode of it before that either. I'm kind of busy that time of day, so I'm not usually watching the Today Show. Caitlyn Jenner says that Kris Jenner is the best gift giver ever. I'm just wondering how that made it into the big screen, little screen
Right?
news. Either way, this has been Big Screen, Little Screen on apparently a very slow news day.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A study by the University of Chicago found that 40% of Americans refuse to get the flu shot. I know one of those. Oh, hey, Heidi.
Yep.
She won't get the flu
I
shot.
won't. I will not do it.
She thinks the flu shot will give her the flu.
I don't get the flu.
Okay.
I'm just saying. And
That's
I
cool.
know most people that I know that get the freaking flu shot get the flu.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do it.
We are not going to debate this here.
That's fine.
But if you want to
You're
talk
the one who brought it up.
if you want to talk to Heidi about it on her Facebook page, even if you have scientific evidence, like my good friend, my pharmacist friend, who is explaining it to her, she won't listen.
I won't do it.
All right. Hey, a new survey found that 1 in 3 people have done something they regret at a holiday office party. Have you ever done something you regret at a holiday office party?
No.
I've never done that either, but I've witnessed it happen numerous times. I remember I was at one where I felt so bad for this guy. I was playing music at this, so it wasn't like a coworker of mine, but this guy came over, and I felt so bad for him. He walked over and said to this gentleman and the person that was with him, he goes, "Oh, you must be Mike's wife. It's so nice to meet you." Or, "No, you must be Mike's mother. It's so nice to meet you." He goes, "This is my wife."
Oh, wow.
There was somebody else there that did have his mother. And this lady didn't look old enough to be the mother, but he came over, "Oh, you must be Mike's mother. It's so nice to meet you." And he's like, "This is my wife."
Oh.
Don't do that. That is just don't guess who it is. Just say,
Right.
"Who's your guest?" That's a much better plan. I laughed so hard. I actually had to I got some Christmas music playing, and I snuck out back to laugh because I thought it was sad, but I just felt I
Poor
felt
guy.
awful for him and
Horrible,
her and
awkward
everybody
situation.
involved. So 1 in 3 people have done something they regret at an office holiday party. California officials decided the outcome of a tied election by rolling Dungeons and Dragon dice.
Oh, that's so classy.
So okay, we're going to have to roll the dice, and anybody
Lord.
have one? And one of the guys "I got some right here." So, a New Jersey hospital has taken Harvey Weinstein's name off the building that he founded. He gave them a bunch of money. It was a Center for Heart and Lung Transplants. So then they said it's no longer the Harvey Weinstein. They just dropped the name. Is that
I don't understand why. I mean, he's known for organ donating.
with the whole different type of organs that he's... Anyway, I just kind of set you up for that one, didn't I? Utah announced their plans to impose the nation's strictest DUI limits. They're planning on making that change soon, where the limit will be the strictest in the nation. Egypt announced the findings of an exceptionally well-preserved tomb that has never been looted. Well, at least till now, because now they're like, "Look at all this stuff. I'm going to take this and put it in my museum." So, they found a tomb that up until now has been untouched, which is kind of cool. And then fashion critics are calling 2018 the year of the beard because of all the people who grew a beard in 2018. I actually grew a beard for a short while.
I do not like beards.
Wasn't it like in August, or when was it? Was it when we were on vacation?
Yeah.
My son, who's 22 now, he and I both decided we're going to grow a little bit of a scruffy beard, and I do not look good in a beard.
Troy did, though.
He
really.
did.
I mean,
He
not,
wouldn't keep it.
not once it became a beard, but
Yeah.
when it was just the
Like a little
scruff,
stubble. Yeah.
he looked really good.
He looked really good. Stephen Colbert grew a beard this year. Bradley Cooper had grown a beard. Even LeBron James grew a beard. So there's many people that took the year 2018 to say, "Hey, I'm not going to shave. I'm going to see what happens when I just let my facial hair grow." And when I was growing my beard, my wife was letting the hair on her legs grow out. So just kidding. She didn't really. I was
Not in August.
No. I was trying to think of some wisecrack, but I couldn't think of anything good. So, well, there you go. Thanks for listening to The Scoop of the Day.
Are you trying to find the perfect gift for someone with a good sense of humor? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has a good selection of funny t-shirts and more. Some with Christmas themes. One that even replaces the ugly Christmas sweater for your next party. Find some silly shirts at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Also, learn how you can sell your own designs to make some extra Christmas cash. There's a link at the bottom of the page at funkymonkeyshirts.com. funkymonkeyshirts.com. That's funkymonkeyshirts.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
It's a much shorter letter today, Heidi. But that means we have a little more time to give a good solid answer. So buckle up, Buttercup. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Here's how it starts. It says, Dear John, I thought you said this was anonymous. Okay. I'm going to pause for a second. It is anonymous. But when you fill out the form on our Facebook page, or not on our Facebook page, there you can send it. But if you fill out the form on the website, it says name, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
You can put whatever you want there, honestly.
Okay.
If you don't want us to know who it is. But if you put your real stuff in there, I send it back to you. But I still don't ever tell anybody who it is. So.
Right.
Okay, here you go, Mike. Just kidding. It wasn't really Mike. Dear John, I thought you said this was anonymous. Please do keep it that way. I have tracked down 100 well-paying jobs in, and I changed it out with my town. They said what town? But see, anonymous, I'm helping you here. I tracked down 100 well-paying jobs in my town from their ad to the final selection over 2 years. 100% of these professional jobs have gone to internal candidates. Hey, my town. What if ranchers bred cattle with the same few family members? Wouldn't be good for the life and quality of the herd. What can we do to get my town to let new talent into the fold? Signed, Tired of Warming the Bench. One of the things that I see happen a lot, I see where people are internally, what do they call that? Where you
They hire from within.
Yeah, but what do they call it? Promoted internally. So they'll hire somebody from within the company. But then that should create a job in a different department, you know? So, I don't know.
Right. So the jobs that they're promoting that are available should be the one that is going to be vacant is what they should be doing.
Absolutely. But maybe they don't know that one's going to be vacant until they say, well,
They kind of know. You
we
can't
have an
tell
opening.
me that an employer doesn't know, I plan on promoting this person.
Yeah.
They know. They're
Not
just
always.
going through the motions.
I can tell you, I've seen, I remember I was sitting in a meeting one time where was visiting with a person, a business, talking about some of the marketing things that we were going to be doing. And they were talking about, you know, bringing a different person in to do something. And a person sitting in the room said, I could help with that. And I remember sitting there like, you know how to do that? Well, yeah, that's what I did before I came here. And it was like this crossfire back and forth. And I'm just sitting there like, do I need to be here for this? I can't really contribute. So there are times that I think people don't realize they're going to hire from within. But here's the thing that I would say. So many times it is partially a game of numbers. You know, if you only apply for 3 jobs, chances are much less good for you than if you apply for 30 jobs. But then also is following up. We have a friend who was going to school to be an attorney. And while he was going to law school, he applied at a law office to be an intern. And it was 1 week after he applied at this law office for this summer intern position, he called them and said, hey, I would like to just follow up and see if the position for the intern has been filled yet. And she said, it's just been filled. And he said, oh, okay. And she said, what is your name? Because you're the one that gets it. You're the only one that followed up with us. And he was like, oh, really? So he followed up 1 week later.
Yeah.
He got the position because he was the only one who followed up. So
that's really important.
And in this day and age, you know, I think that it's more important than ever to do things like handwritten thank you notes. Mm-hmm. I think that's really, it matters. And why does it matter so much now? Because very few people do it. We had a friend.
So then they really stand out when you get one.
Yeah, we had a friend that was over for dinner the other night, and she's a generation or two above us. She's a neighbor of ours, super sweet lady. But she was talking about how when her kids, who are old enough to be our parents, were younger, she made them write thank you notes, and we have to do the same thing with our kids. I'm like, you know what? It's funny to me.
I make our kids write thank yous.
That's like two
Absolutely.
generations removed, and it's been the same issue. But parents teach your kids right, and hopefully that'll help them stand out when it's time for them to look for a position. I wish there was an easy answer, tired of warming the bench, but I can tell you this, because I do know who this is, and this person did get a job since this letter was sent.
Oh, good.
So very happy for this person.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So congratulations on that, by the way. And don't, for those of you who are looking for things and maybe you haven't quite found it, don't get discouraged. Keep trying and keep applying, and maybe 2019 will be a brighter year for you. This has been today's Dear John letter. We always do keep that anonymous. If you'd like to submit something for next week, you can do that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Or if you're not on Facebook, you can send it right through our website, johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
If you
you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
What some passengers do to avoid baggage fees. Listen to this. In 2012, a man wore 60 shirts and 9 pairs of jeans on an 11-and-a-half-hour flight from China to Africa because he didn't want to pay the extra baggage fees.
I think we've talked about this, but that would be a miserable 11-hour flight.
Though hilarious, I don't recommend it because I don't think that, if I remember correctly, I don't think that he got away with it anyway. He got in trouble for doing it. So, bad idea. 11-hour flight. He wore 60, not 16, 60 shirts and 9 pairs of jeans. How long was he planning on being there with 60 shirts?
Yeah.
Just bring a few and do the laundry once in a while. This has been today's Fun Fact.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day, pleonexia. Pleonexia, Pleonexia. Pleonexia. What do you think that is, Heidi?
I have no idea.
Pleonexia, extreme greed for wealth or material possessions. Pleonexia. What is that? Avarice? Covetousness? I don't know how to say those words. They don't put the pronunciations for those. Avarice and covetousness is the other description for pleonexia. I don't think I have that. There are very few things that I say, boy, I really wish I had that. Because if I wanted it, I would get it. And if if there's something I want that I can't get, I'm like, well, it doesn't help to just sit around wanting it. Either work towards getting it or quit wanting it. I don't know. Am I just too simple? Is that what you're giving me?
Too simple.
You're giving me a funny look there, Heidi. Anyway, pleonexia, today's grandiloquent word.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I'm going to look and see what the weird gift is for today. It is, they're so bizarre. A weird bottle stopper. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but there's multiple different ones, bottle stoppers, and they're very bizarre. So, WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com brings you our weird news. And it's Christopher Simpson in the news today from Wisconsin. Said he was not guilty of a misdemeanor theft in connection with an incident at a Walmart. They stopped him. They found an individual holding Mr. Simpson down. 39-year-old Simpson told officers he tried to leave the store with 10 to 15 video games, but was body slammed by, quote, some random guy. The Good Samaritan held Simpson down until police arrived at the scene. It was captured on camera. The loss prevention officer on the scene told police that he was covered with video games and his clothing in an attempt to leave, but was detained by a Good Samaritan.
Just some random customer?
Some dude, yeah.
They're
awesome. Like, hey, that guy's trying to steal stuff. And he's like, not on my watch.
That is awesome.
The total value of the games he was trying to swipe, $275. He said he was not guilty, but video game.
I beg to differ.
The video footage says otherwise. This has been today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. 5 kids were taken home by their parents after police found them on the roof of the Bettendorf High School. This is in Bettendorf, Iowa. Police there say the high school, they had some people up there just after 9 p.m. A caller alerted them to a disturbance. Hey, there's kids on the roof of the school. 6 police cars and a fire truck were dispatched. Soon after arrival, 5 kids came down. Police say they used a ladder to get up to the roof and they were searching for more kids, but none were found. Police say there was no graffiti or damage to the building. No arrests were made.
They were just chilling out.
Police notified the kids' parents and a guardian to come pick them up, and each one of them were picked up.
Oh, leave them alone.
Well, but you don't do that. It's a bad idea because, if somebody were to fall off the roof of that school and get hurt, then whose fault is it? Well, it's yours. You shouldn't be on the roof of the school. I understand you're in Bettendorf, Iowa, and you're going, hey, there's nothing else to do. There is something else to do. Do something kind. Do something nice. This time of year, group of kids, go Christmas caroling. You know how awesome that would be? We've done that. As a matter of fact, we've done that in Iowa.
If they don't want kids on the roof, they shouldn't make school roofs flat. It's their own fault.
You should put spikes on them. It's one way to keep them off.
Booby traps, landmines.
So he's got a catapult, shoots you into the next county. Thanks for listening. This is today's Moment of Duh.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. It's the time of the show where we read a story and we ask Heidi, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or do we make it up just to fool you? You ready for this one, Heidi?
I'm ready.
All right. Fake News or Florida. St. Petersburg man busted for soliciting a prostitute after he offered to pay an undercover cop with a hamburger. Fake News or Florida?
I'd say Florida.
It's a true story. Like, hey,
I can see somebody trying to pick up a chick with a hamburger in Florida.
Hold on, McDonald's.
You're hungry. You're awfully thin.
Fast food
Would
bag.
you like a burger?
What would you do for a cheeseburger? No? That didn't work? Apparently that's not going to work. This has been today's Fake News or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. And this time of year, there's so many good news stories. And I've got a lot of really cool, people doing nice things for others. And then this one I've been holding now for a while. I've had it for at least a week. But I want to read it because it's a good news story. And I just keep, passing it because I have these other ones. But I think this is really cool. Tesla, the company Tesla, they have a record-breaking mega battery. They installed it on a bet. Well, it has saved Australia $40 million in its first year. Isn't that amazing? So there were people with all of the different ways to store power. They came up with this. It's the largest lithium-ion battery in the world. And it was switched on in South Australia to combat costly statewide power outages. And a new report shows that it's performed astonishingly well. It's a 100-megawatt Hornsdale power reserve. It was designed by Tesla. It saved over $40 million. That's the local dollars there in Australia, so Australian dollars. And it says here, the report was conducted by an agency. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the good part here. They reduced a 75% reduction in annual maintenance costs. And it says here, the battery itself only cost about, what? The battery itself cost $66 million? $66 million? But the first year it saved them $40 million. So I guess, when you look at it that way. It says the battery was built in 54 days after Elon Musk made a bet with state legislators saying that if he was unable to finish the battery in 100 days, he would give it to them for free.
Did he?
No, they were able to get it done in 54 days. He had 100 days, so they got it done in half the time. In addition to being a cheaper replacement for fossil fuel-dependent systems that they were using before, the battery creates zero emissions of any kind. It's also capable of responding to outages in a matter of milliseconds. That couldn't have been done with any other backup system. So it's a cool idea.
That's very cool.
And we should see if we can get one of those around here.
But for $64 million?
Well, it's $66 million. Let's see if we can put that in the budget for 2019. As a joke. What is this line item here? It says an Elon Musk battery.
Turning that into our accountant. Yeah, you see.
The John and Heidi Show is now We're off the grid, man. Yeah, you're out of your minds is what you are. Thanks for listening. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. I've got a link to this story and many other things in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.